Yeah, the second one has like a lot more complicated mechanics to it. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Do 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 do.
Alright, we are back. It is 1:16 in the morning, and we have all the keys from this level. Hey, look, I can run faster now because I have the fast thing, I think.
But everyone else runs faster too. It does you no good.
Yeah, exactly. I don't get it.
Hey, you should throw a mine and kill that guy. Hey, look at. I don't like his like swaggy walk.
I missed.
Try again.
Well, that's what your ideas gave me. Can you switch the...
Oh, yeah.
I hope that we're just, like, being noobs and that eventually we're going to play games that we're good at. Like...
Well, yeah, okay.
Everyone's always like, oh, I want to play Left 4 Dead. It's like, you can't play Left 4 Dead unless you have viewers, because no one's going to be... I want to watch some random people play Left 4 Dead. No one says that. That's why I say the whole trendy game thing. That's why I was hell-bent on doing Dark Cloud until I realized it's such a great game to play and a boring game to watch.
Yeah, it's like Fallout or like Skyrim.
Whoa. Yeah. Any game that involves like decision making, I want to watch, but I don't want to watch it some random person. I want to watch someone who I know their personality and all that.
Is that the boss?
No, that's a dog with a piece of wood with a nail in it.
That's menacing.
Oh, look at all these keys.
Wait, did we do it?
No, we have two more.
We need 2 more. Oh, lame.
Oh, it's not that bad. I thought we had to get like these are all new ones. I'm like, oh,
That would have been dumb.
dumb. I like it when we get tired. I like how when people are like fed up with something, they go, and I have to think there's like that gruffness to their voice. You know what I mean? I mean, we're doing it, so I assume you know what I mean.
One thing I really like about when it gets later is our sleepy voice.
Oh man, that's annoying when you're on video though.
When you're on video. But one thing
I had someone tell me that they loved my tired, sleepy voice, and they would get me to phone them at like random hours. Because you'd be like, "Oh, your voice is so cute." I'm like, "Fuck." I'm not even kidding. This is a real thing, by the way.
I spent the night at one of my friends' house where we were all like crashing there, and I woke up in the morning and like I'm so tired. I was like, and then I went, wait, this is one chance that everyone gets to hear my sleepy voice. So I forced my voice to get like really low. And I'm like, good morning, everyone. And they're like, holy crap.
Do you want to do this level?
What a level? Oh, okay. Am I 2 to tango? All right.
Yeah, I had
it's
someone
like so
phone.
much fun.
I had someone phone me really late at night, and I answered the phone, and I was like, "Hello," and they're like, "Who the fuck are you?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "You're not Ghost Boy." I mean, they obviously said my real name, not Ghost Boy.
Yeah.
They were like, "You're not Ghost Boy." What do you mean? Like, but they were like, "You're not Ghost Boy." I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And he's like, "No, your voice is like so low. You're like his dad. Give him back his phone." I'm like, what can I say to prove that it's me? And it's like nothing. I'm like, well then you didn't really give me much of an opportunity to defend myself here. I like how the controls are very consistent. Like you don't learn a whole lot along the way besides the triangle moves, right? Can you not?
No, I'm going to do that anyway. But like.
But the second game has a lot more interesting mechanics. From what I remember, I don't remember much about it. But it's if we're gonna do this one, we might as well do the other one. But it has to be the exact same format, all nighter.
Shit, it's like Sexy Fox thing.
It's Sexy Star Fox.
Yeah.
The lighting gets really weird when he's in cutscenes and you see all the polygons. It's like, oh, it's ugly.
Yeah. Every time I answer the phone, they always go like, "Oh, it's Ozzy Lennon's dad." And they're like, "Hey, can you put your kid on the phone?" No, this is the kid. Oh, you sound like your dad.
Well,
yeah.
interesting thing that people don't know. Your first name, which I've had to censor out numerous times, but I'm kind of getting the hang of it now.
No, you mean my middle name?
Sorry, your middle name. No, your first name. Yeah, I've been censoring your middle name. Sorry, but your first name. You, your dad, and your grandfather all have the same first name.
And my uncle, and my other uncle.
Which is kind of
like my great uncle.
Yeah, it's like a family name, which I've always thought is cool, but I don't have a family name. Also, I can't remember what my mom was talking about, but she was telling me how there was like a circumstance that was like both my sister and my birth, that we were originally going to get a Chinese name, but because of like 2 separate coincidental things, neither of us got a Chinese name. I can't remember what it was. I think it was like my grandmother was sick or something because she died like a couple weeks after I turned 1. But I'm like, I always want a Chinese name just because I think that's really cool and it's something that I can like pass on and be like, someone gave me this name. But one of the things I also like to do is I like to talk to people about, well, Asian people specifically, about why they chose their name. Because some kids are like, oh yeah, well I got to choose my name. Or some are like, yeah, my parents gave me an English name and an Asian name.
Yeah, I know someone named Taco.
Yeah. I knew some kid named Apple Juice, but he was white because it was weird. Excuse me. I like how now I'm saying excuse me when I burp and it's 1:30 in the morning.
No, wait, am I going down there? Nope.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
And I was talking to this kid, and it doesn't matter because we're not friends and I'm never going to see him again. And he's from our school. He was a grade 9 when I was graduating.
Oh,
and his name was Aaron. And I was like...
Oh, no, I don't
No,
know.
you don't know. And I was like, so were you given your name, blah, blah, blah? And he was like, oh, no, I was given my Chinese name, but I got to choose my English name. I'm like, okay, so why'd you choose Aaron? He's like, oh, I looked up a list of names and for English names, and Aaron was the first one on the list because it had 2 A's in it, so it's the first alphabetically. I'm like, so you picked your name based on that? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, to me, I feel like I would be like freaking out about that. I would be like, this is the thing that people are gonna call me for the rest of my life. Like, I have one shot at making this the best name ever. And actually, I feel like I'm doing all the talking, but it's like every episode.
Oh, that's fine. It works.
There's a kid. I think he was in my grade. I'm not 100% sure. His name legitimately was Silence. Yeah, his name was Silence, and he was a really quiet kid too. So.
I was gonna say, did he talk a lot?
No.
Because 5, 3.
I don't think he spoke English, but like that's a cool name. I want to name my kid Silence, but that would sound stupid with my last name. I mean, it would sound stupid with any last name, to be fair, but.
Yeah, I want to name.
I want to be.
There's another kid that I know who got to choose his name, and like when he was choosing, okay, you can choose anything you want, and he's like, dude, I want to be called Coyote. And so that was his name.
That's cool. I want to be. Did you read what that was?
No,
I didn't read it.
I like
it's just something to do with your goggles, whatever. Anyway, I don't know what it is though.
What?
Oh, like those arrows. I think they point you to the right direction of where the key is. It's up there. Just keep going. Whatever. What was I saying?
There. What?
It's like I think it like points out where you can grapple on or whatever.
Oh, okay.
What was I saying?
I just said Coyote. His name, and then.
Well, I had a story.
Oh.
Midnight.
Yeah, I lose my train of thought really quickly. At night.
Lose my trains quickly. Oh God, she's back.
No, not Sexy Fox.
I'm glad that everything was conveniently set up for us to do this.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Oh, thank you. It's like Spider-Man. Spoilers if you haven't seen the new Spider-Man movie.
What?
But that's what happens. I'm really pissed I don't remember what I was talking about. I'm also really pissed that we never went back to that one episode and figured out what I was beginning to say so I could finish it.
Oh, wait, I'm okay. Why is all this stuff like this? Why is it...
Oh, right. What I was saying is, I'm so glad I remember it now because I would have like freaking slit your wrist. Yours, not mine.
No.
Because I like being violent. It's fun.
Okay.
What was I saying? God, son of a... Okay, so I've always wanted... I want to be the person where when I have a kid, if I have a kid, I probably won't ever be allowed to have a kid. But if I have a kid and I get to name it, assuming it's like not adopted, like it's my kid, I get to name it or whatever.
You're renaming your kid.
I want to be... Yeah, well, you never know. Like, I probably won't get married. And if that's the case, I probably won't have kids. But if I do get married, have kids, have a nice life, whatever, I want to be that kind of parent where when you're like, oh, what's your kid's name? And you tell them their name, like, that's such a creative, cool name. Like, I wish I named my kid that kind of thing. Like, want that? I want that unique name, but I don't want it to be something stupid. Like, I don't want it to be like Butterfly, because it's like a fucking stupid name. But I want like...
Hi, I'd like you to meet my kid, Butterfly.
It's like, Dad, stop calling me that. I'm 18 years old. I have a beard. It's like, shut up, Butterfly. Here, pass it back. You're not good in this overworld.
Yeah, you take care of that.
We have to find this last level, and then we're good for this part. Anyways, I think we have a boss fight after this. What was I saying? How many times have I said
Butterfly.
in this episode?
We're talking about Butterfly.
Yeah. But yeah, I just like I want to have like a really unique sounding name. I want to do something that's different. Like, what's your favorite name that you've ever heard? Like, do you have like a name that you're like, that's a beautiful name? I love
really
that
like
name.
the name Xerxes.
Xerxes, isn't that like some dude from 300?
Was it?
I don't know. Was it? I don't know.
I don't.
I've heard that name before.
I used that name in my psychology class because we had to do a project about like a kid growing up.
Oh, okay.
So I got one of my like friends, he's just like a really funny guy, and it was like the
All
life
of
of
your friends are funny guys, except for you.
Shut up. But he was like, hey, we should come up with a name for like a character, and he's like, well, how about Xerxes? He's like, well, why? Well, it's because it's Sex Rex backwards.
And now you're just gonna name your kid that now?
Yeah, so I can call my kid.
That's terrible.
It was really funny, but we got an A on the project where we just went around like interviewing people, like in the school.
You should have interviewed me. Thanks for interviewing me.
Sorry, but like he chose the people to interview.
Well, you could have like said something.
I could have, but I
been
didn't.
like, hey, you know, I have a friend who just
What would
calls
you have
himself-
said though? You would have been like.
I would have been like, that's a terrible thing. You have a terrible name. Your family didn't love you, and they never will.
And we had to do about him like learning about erections too. So he.
What?
Well, it's just like the entire life of a kid, like a teenager growing up.
Learning about erections. It's something you really learn about. It's kind
Well,
of,
it was psychology.
it kind of just happened. You're like, well, this is a thing. I'm okay with this.
That's exactly what we did. He was just kind of standing there, and he was like, "Oh," and he just looked down, and that was it. That was the scene.
Oh,
And then we did like, and soon he learned to love his erection, and he just goes to him, and he does like this really creepy smile.
oh, you had to act it out too.
Yeah, we like filmed it. Like
That's
we
gross.
we didn't like
you
film
literally
him
did
like.
you did a school assignment about a kid finding out erections. It's like, all right, Billy, give yourself a boner so we can film this part for
No, we just showed his face, and he just did like a smile, and it was just.
Oh, gross.
If
So
you
we
knew-
officially hit that point where it's like sex talk now. We're gonna like 4 episodes later. We're gonna be like, so what was your first experience with a girl? Like, I'm just gonna be like, I hugged one once.
She liked my selfie.
I don't post selfies. Actually, I do, and people are always like, I posted a selfie once, and someone saw it on Facebook, and they were standing next to me because we were in computer class together, and they were like, "Man, you clean up good." I'm like, "What the fuck's that supposed to mean? Like, you think I look ugly every other day? Like, goddamn, man, that's not cool." Oh shit.
You should just
Oh my god.
stay on that thing.
Yeah,
Oh.
just hanging out. Oh!
Nice.
Next episode, we'll be hanging out some more. Like how he's like hanging, he's like, I can touch the ground, but I'm not. Alright, I'm slowly getting more pissed off.